Hello everyone. In this video, I will walk you through my project, the multilingual RAG-powered virtual assistant for government exam preparation. This solution combines Azure OpenAI, LangChain, and Microsoft Fabric's Event House to build an intelligent assistant that provides accurate and multilingual information for students preparing for competitive government exams in India. The goal of this project to make government jobs notification, eligibility and registration details easily accessible without manually searching through hundreds of PDF through websites. When I was preparing for my first government examination, I was struggling a lot and I need to go through like around 100 of PDFs to know what is the eligibility, what is the syllabus, what is the uh, a test center. So it was taking a lot of time, and that time I have decided to solve this problem. And every year thousands of government jobs notifications are released, but they are usually scattered across different websites and uploaded as long PDF files. Students and aspirants often struggle to find the right information and eligibility criteria. So I wanted to solve this using AI by building a retrieve augmented generation or RAG pipeline that can understand and answer directly from the official document and in the multiple Indian languages. And I have used the technologies stack in this project. This project is built entirely on the Microsoft Fabric ecosystem and open AI services. It uses Microsoft Fabric Lakehouse for PDF storage, Fabric Notebook for data pre-processing and embedding generations, Azure OpenAI for text embedding and natural language answer, Fabric Event House as the vector database, and Fabric KQL database for data visualization and monitoring. So I will go through how you will set up this environment in your system. And first you need to make a job assistant folder in my workspace in your Microsoft Fabrics, and then you need to make a one lake database to store all the documents. So in the all the documents in the document database, I have uploaded manually around six jobs notification from Indian government website, but we can also build in a pipeline to scrap all the Indian government websites and just download automatically the PDFs from the sources. And then after you need to move to the code, and I have written a lots of code to make this project uh, very successful. So first you install the Python libraries for OpenAI, LangChain, Azure Custo and data preprocessing. So you need to fix your dependency and the variable environment and the right version of all the Python libraries. And after that, you need to initialize OpenAI client, generate a text embedding and connect to Azure Data Explorer Custo database. So for the Custo database, you need to deploy one database, and I have deployed as a vector database. And in vector database, you can see I have deployed and it's right now 49.3 MB. And then after you need to make another table, that is the embedding table. And in the embedding table, you need to make these columns, and each columns has their specific types. So after text embedding, you will store all the embeddings and all the information in this Custo database. And for this one, um, you need to deploy OpenAI GPT. You need to have the OpenAI key and text embedding deployment endpoint, and the Custo URL, Custo database name, and Custo table. And then after you need to initialize the Azure OpenAI client using the endpoint, API key, and the version detail. After that, you need to create Azure OpenAI embedding client and define a retry enabled function to generate text embedding using tenacity. And you need to again install the following libraries and configure a text splitter to divide PDF content into manageable chunk for pre-processing. And you need to retrieve all the PDFs because this is an automated platform. So define you need to retrieve all the PDFs that will gonna store by web scraping on in the morning. And Then after, you need to extract the tables from the PDF, the table information from the PDF using PDF Plumber and convert them into clean and compact markdown format for embeddings or text analysis. And you can see all of the code I have written. So, and then after, you need to define a utility function for generating the current UTC timestamp and detecting language, whether it is in English or Hindi based on the character pattern. And you need to reload PDFs, split into text table chunks, assign stable chunk ID, and collect metadata for the indexing. Uh, and I am just storing all the data like in the respective Custo database in the respective their columns. After that, you need to define a data frame, and that will help, and that will help to write all the information in the Custo database. And you need to check whether if you are rewriting the all the all the chunks again or not. So you need to define another like function, or to check whether you are going to duplicate like the chunks in the Custo database or not. And then after, you need to embed, or you need to what you have generated, the chunks, embedded chunks, you need to write in the Custo database, and you can also see that whether it is duplicating or not. And then after, right now it's time to retrieve relevant context from the Custo database by vector similarity, cosine, and return surrounding chunks for a given question. You need to define a function. And right now, you need to generate responses from the Azure OpenAI GPT model using chat completion API, and whatever you are getting the vector database, the embedding the right information, you need to pre-process the OpenAI GPT model with the APIs, and then after, you will find the answer. So first, like, you retrieve conceptual chunks from the Custo and construct a prompt and generate a final answer using OpenAI GPT model. And for the other languages, you need to detect the language using lang detect and translate text into target language with the OpenAI GPT for lightweight translation task. And then after, retrieve multiple answer from the Custo and translate if needed, and generate the final response in the user original language using the Azure OpenAI Chat GPT. So you can see here I have asked like what is the online registration of the application by candidates for IBPS common recruitment process for recruitment of officers scale 1, 2, 3 and office assistant multipurpose. So the OpenAI Chat GPT, after getting all the relevant checks and after processing with the OpenAI ChatGPT APIs. So I got the answer. The online registration of the application by candidate for IBPS common recruitment process for the officers recruitment of the officer scale 1 to 3 and office assistant multipurpose in the regional rural banks RRB is scheduled from 1st of September 2025 to 21st of September 2025. And in another language, I have also did ask like I am just telling you in Hindi. So I have asked Deputy Director Architect का qualification क्या है? That I have spelled like what is the qualification of Deputy Director Architect. So the ChatGPT, after getting the relevant chunks and relevant information from the Custo database, the ChatGPT has given Deputy Director के लिए qualification है. It means that the qualification of Deputy Director Architect is essential the master of architecture in urban design, conservation, landscape, and desirable are these things, and which is exact written in the document. So for this project, I think it's very helpful for the students like who is preparing for the government exam, so they can devote their time to prepare for the examination, not to find out the information relevant to the examination. So you can ask the chat GPT to give you more about the syllabus and other stuffs. Like you can ask the chat GPT, not chat GPT, for this platform you can ask all the relevant information. What is the syllabus? You can also ask to describe the syllabus. What is the relevant books you can pursue? And if you want, like if you want, this platform will give you exact pattern of the questions, even the sample question paper. So it will help a lot to the community, and I think this platform will gonna help to like around 20 million or 30 million students in India, because most of the students, they are preparing for the examination, they are struggling, and most of the students, they don't know English, so their English is not much, so they are opting for the Hindi. And like this platform will give you a multilingual support. So I think this is the best example for the like AI case with the Microsoft Fabrics, and we can build a lots of solution. So, and I have also made one KQL dashboard, that is the live dashboard, and it is also examination example for the real time scenario. So whatever the documents you will upload, so you can see like what are the documents, how many documents, how like the content type, the chunks, whether it is the table information or the text information, or like how many documents, and this one like how many documents you have uploaded in the like past one day. And you can also make a notification services from the Power Automate. So like the student can subscribe with your job notifications facility, and they will get a job notification with all the relevant information what they want in the email on the daily basis. So I think this is the perfect example, this is the best example, and it will help a lot of people in India. And I think this is the first time someone has built this kind of platform for a for students, like a variety of student, a large number of student, and it will help a large number of community, even the teachers, even the coaching industries, to get the relevant information within short span of time. And you can get all the information on my GitHub page. I have written all these things with everything. I have provided the notebook, I have provided the PDF solution, I have written all the step by step everything how you can replicate this kind of platform at your end. And you can also replicate this kind of platform, and also you can tune as per your database, as per your documents, what you want to achieve, what you want to know about the things. And so I have written everything, I have explained step by step. So there are like 9 steps you need to follow. And please let me know if you find any problem um, to replicate this environment. You can directly contact me on my email address. I will give you the right guidance for these things. And yep, thank you.